Today, we're talking about a coin that most people pass by every day, a coin that's turning heads in auctions across the country for prices as high as $1.6 million. That's right, just for a penny. Now I get it. How can a penny possibly be worth more than $1 million? I mean, if I had a penny for every penny I ever had, I wouldn't be a millionaire. I'd just have a bunch of pennies. But today, we're about to turn that idea upside down. Welcome to our journey into the past, where a simple coin holds a treasure trove of history and hidden wealth, just waiting to be uncovered. Stay with me because what we're about to reveal could put a small fortune right into your pocket, if you know what to look for. To truly appreciate the potential of this $1 million penny, we need to go back to 1960. It was a time of iconic change, a time when JFK was running for president, American cars were booming, and hidden in the pockets of everyday Americans there were pennies worth far more than 1 cent. But this wasn't just any ordinary coin we're talking about. It was the 1960 D Mint Mark Lincoln penny. What makes the 1960 D penny so unique? It's all in the details. First off, there's the D mark. The D stands for Denver, where these coins were minted. And then, there's a fascinating twist. The 1960 D penny has a rare version, known as the small date variation. Some people call it the misfit penny, but collectors call it something else. They call it valuable. And here's the kicker. While millions of these pennies were minted, only a small number possessed the traits collectors go wild for. It's like a treasure hunt hidden in plain sight. Are you starting to feel the thrill yet? Because I can guarantee that once you know what makes these pennies special, you'll be diving into that change jar with a whole new sense of excitement. Now you might be wondering, wait, so my spare change could actually make me rich? I knew my laundry quarters were valuable, but this is next level. Yes, this penny is literally on another level. But the question remains, what exactly makes this 1960 D Mint Mark Lincoln penny worth millions? Hang tight, because we're about to uncover the incredible market value of this coin, and why it's skyrocketed to over $1 million at auctions. So here it is. The current market value of a pristine 1960 D small date penny can reach an astounding $1.6 million. Yes, you heard that right, $1.6 million. And here's why. Condition matters. Experts look for specific qualities like whether it's uncirculated, the clarity of the D Mint mark, and, perhaps most critically, the distinctive small date mark. With all these factors aligning, these pennies become the stuff of dreams. And here's the thing, these coins are getting rarer by the day. As more collectors and investors search for them, they vanish into private collections, leaving fewer and fewer in circulation. If you own one and it meets the right conditions, now could be the perfect time to act. Imagine being one of the lucky few to cash in on this history-making opportunity before the market catches on. Imagine, you're holding one of these rare pennies in your hand. What would you do with $1 million penny? Would you keep it as an heirloom, or would you sell it to fund the lifestyle you've always dreamed of? But what if I told you, there's more? This $1 million penny isn't the only hidden gem out there. There are others, coins that look just like the change in your wallet, worth thousands, even millions. What if your next penny find turns out to be another legendary coin? So, next time you come across a penny, look closer. This 1960 D penny is a reminder that extraordinary value can be hiding in the most unexpected places. Start searching, start dreaming, and who knows? You just might be holding the key to your own fortune. And let's face it, your next penny might just be worth more than your car. Or let's dream big here, even your house. Curious about what other coins are out there, waiting to be discovered? Make sure to hit subscribe so you don't miss the next video. And if you're serious about turning pocket change into life-changing money, share your finds with us in the comments. After all, you never know who might be holding the next $1 million coin. Have you ever glanced at a penny and thought, could this tiny piece of copper hold a life-changing fortune? You might be tossing away what collectors and investors would pay a jaw-dropping $1.5 million for, a single penny. Yes, you heard that right. In today's video, we're unraveling the mystery of a rare 1968 Lincoln 1-cent penny, a coin that, if found, could fund a luxurious retirement, pay off your mortgage, or change your life in ways you never imagined. But before you race to empty your change jar, let's dig into why this particular penny is so incredibly valuable, how you can spot one, and most importantly, what you should do if you have it. And stay with me because, in just a few minutes, I'm going to share a crucial detail about this coin that even some collectors don't know. Miss this, and you could be leaving 6 figures, or even 7, on the table. Did you know that every penny minted in the US holds its own story? But the story of the 1968 Lincoln 1-cent penny is different. This one shines above the rest, partly because it's incredibly scarce, and partly because it holds a mint mark that tells us a surprising tale. The S on this coin isn't just a letter, it's a sign of its origin, crafted with precision at the US Mint in San Francisco. Coins from this mint tend to be more rare, and certain errors or variants make them extremely valuable. Now, here's the twist. Pause. In 1968, something went wrong with a select few pennies, a mistake that, ironically, makes them incredibly precious today. Who knew a mistake could be so valuable, right? Imagine if your coffee order came out wrong and suddenly became worth millions of dollars. Wouldn't that be nice? So, what's the big deal? What makes this tiny copper coin worth more than some cars, homes, and entire retirement plans? Stick around, because the answer lies in the details, the small nuances that separate ordinary pennies from treasures. And you're going to want to hear the next part because, for all we know, you could be holding one of these in your pocket right now. Now, let's talk about what makes this penny so special. This isn't just any Lincoln cent. This coin has unique attributes, starting with that S mint mark from San Francisco. Some of these 1968 S pennies have peculiar characteristics, striking flaws or unique patterns created during the minting process. These errors, known as double dies, mean that certain parts of the penny's design were stamped twice, creating a distinct and very noticeable doubling effect. This is no ordinary collector's piece. It's a rare masterpiece of minting history. Imagine finding one of these pennies in a roll of change from the bank. You might just have discovered a coin that's set to be worth more than a beachfront house in Malibu. Hold up! Did you check your pockets yet? Because yes, this could really be in there. Don't worry, I'll wait. Alright, back to it. So, where does the $1 million value come in? Well, here's the kicker. Collectors prize these rare error coins so highly that they're willing to pay astronomical amounts. This specific 1968 S penny, in pristine condition, has sold at auction for hundreds of thousands of dollars. And if you're lucky enough to find one that's exceptionally well preserved, the figure could skyrocket. But here's the twist. There's one more factor that determines just how high this penny's worth could climb. And this one's crucial if you're thinking of cashing in. So, how do you go from holding a regular penny to cashing in on a potentially life-changing fortune? Let's break it down, because timing here is everything. You see, like any valuable collectible, the demand for rare coins can fluctuate. Knowing when to sell is just as important as finding the coin itself. First, you'll need to get your penny authenticated by a reputable coin grading service, such as the Professional Coin Grading Service or Numismatic Guarantee Corporation. This certification is like a seal of approval, verifying that your coin is the real deal, and collectors won't pay top dollar without it. Next, condition matters immensely. The highest value is reserved for pennies in near-perfect, mint state, condition. If your 1968 S penny has been through washing machines or has scratches, that could impact its value. So, handle it with care, and consider professional grading. And by the way, if you're thinking about cleaning that penny to make it look nice, don't. Coin collectors consider that a disaster. In the world of coin collecting, originality is everything. Once graded, the best way to sell is through a high-profile auction house or a trusted coin dealer who can connect you with serious collectors willing to pay premium prices. And when you're sitting across from a potential buyer, remember this: you're not just selling a coin. You're selling a piece of history, a treasure that has captured the fascination of coin enthusiasts worldwide. But here's one last thought before you consider selling. What if this penny is worth even more in a few years? Owning a 1968 Lincoln 1-cent penny is like holding a ticket to a different life. A rare, exclusive life few people will ever experience. With the right timing and the right buyer, this single penny could transform your finances, your lifestyle, your dreams. And it all starts with knowing what to look for and taking action. So, before you toss that penny jar or ignore the spare change in your car, take a second look. You never know, this time, it might just be worth millions. Can you imagine a single penny in your pocket holding the power to completely change your life? What if I told you that a single 1971 Lincoln cent, yes, the one with no mint mark, might be worth over $1 million today? You heard that right. $1 million. Imagine a coin so elusive, so rare, that it defies all odds in its value, and that coin could be right there in your old change jar, hidden in plain sight. But what's the story here? Why would a simple penny, one that looks just like any other, be worth as much as a small fortune? Let's take a look. Who knew your stash of junk change might actually be a gold mine, right? Now, here's where it gets really interesting. This particular penny, minted in 1971 without a mint mark, isn't just about age or wear. Its real value comes from a series of anomalies that make it one of the rarest and most desired pennies in the collector's world. And if you're holding one, you're holding more than copper, you're holding the potential for generational wealth. But why does a missing mint mark turn this penny into a literal treasure chest? And what's the hidden secret of this coin that collectors are so eager to pay for? Alright, let's break this down. This 1971 Lincoln penny without a mint mark was produced in Philadelphia. Unlike other years, where the mint mark identifies where the coin was made, in 1971, Philadelphia's choice to omit a mark created a limited batch with subtle differences, making these coins an extremely rare find. Now hold on, before you dive into those old change jars, here's what you need to know. There's a bit of a treasure map here. You see, not every 1971 penny without a mint mark is worth millions. Only those in pristine condition, like new, with no visible scratches or tarnish, are considered valuable. And if you're wondering, well, who's buying these for so much? The answer is high-profile collectors and auction houses. These people are on the hunt for the ultimate showpiece for their collections, something unique that tells a story. And they're willing to pay handsomely. Now, the excitement doesn't stop here. There's another critical factor that could turn your penny into that golden ticket. And here's where it gets intense. Imagine walking into an auction and seeing a bidding war start over a penny. Sounds wild, doesn't it? Well, here's the truth. Pennies like the 1971 no mint mark have been known to reach six-figure price tags at auction, and some estimates are reaching as high as $1.3 million. Yes, you heard that right. But why $1.3 million, and how does the market decide what your coin is truly worth? That's where it gets intriguing. Experts suggest that the skyrocketing value is due to a combination of rarity, collector demand, and, of course, condition. In the collector's world, people say, condition is king, and it's especially true here. Coins with zero imperfections are what serious buyers want. Anything less, and the price drops significantly. But if you think it's just a matter of dusting off an old penny and cashing it in, think again. This is where your own fortune could hinge on the tiniest details. Do you have what it takes to spot a diamond in the rough? So, what can you do if you think you have one of these gems? First, don't rush off to sell it to just anyone. Get it assessed by a professional, preferably one familiar with rare U.S. coinage. Authentication and grading are critical here, because these can be the difference between a valuable piece and, well, just another penny. Could your pocket change hold the key to a life you never dreamed possible? Go take a look, but remember, timing is everything. The market's hot right now, and if you wait, this million-dollar opportunity might just slip away. Thanks for watching, and if this video inspired you, give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe for more insights into rare coins that could be hiding in your collection right now. You might be holding onto something incredible, and it might just change your life. Imagine holding in your hand a single penny, the same copper coin you probably overlooked in your change jar for years, and realizing it's worth over $1 million. That's right, one penny, over $1 million. The 1979 Lincoln 1-cent coin, a small copper piece from Denver Mint, isn't just any penny. It could be the key to an entirely new life. Why, you ask? Well, this little beauty is a rare gem, and its value has exploded over the years. If you've ever found yourself wondering if that old jar of coins might be holding your golden ticket to wealth, then stick around. This isn't just about pennies and dollars. It's about seizing an opportunity hiding in plain sight, right at your fingertips. Now you might be thinking, can a penny really change my life? Oh, yes. And if you think this is too good to be true, let's dive deeper into why collectors, historians, and millionaires are desperately hunting for a coin just like this one. So, what's the secret that makes this particular 1979 D penny worth a small fortune? Let's find out. First, let's step back to 1979, the year this specific coin was minted in Denver. It was a time when small manufacturing changes often went unnoticed, and few people were aware of the anomalies in their pocket change. However, every once in a while, an unusual penny would roll off the production line. And that's exactly how the legend of the $1 million penny began. To understand why collectors are so obsessed with this coin, let's look at what sets it apart. This penny, struck at the Denver Mint, holds a unique error, an anomaly in the world of coin collecting. It's known as a double die, which means the penny has a double image on certain parts. So imagine Lincoln's face or the D Mint mark stamped twice, creating a kind of shadow. To a trained eye, that tiny error is gold. And hey, don't rush off to grab your magnifying glass just yet. We'll get to what you need to look for shortly. But first, let's dive into what this double die error really means and why collectors would part with millions for it. Errors like this happen rarely and by accident, which means there are only a few of these coins out there. That scarcity? Well, it makes this penny not just a piece of currency but a coveted artifact, a relic that's practically dripping in historical value. Collectors aren't just after the coin, they're after the story, the mystery, and the pride of owning a piece that almost no one else in the world has. So, if you're wondering how to spot this jackpot in your own stash, don't go anywhere. Because I'm about to reveal the key characteristics that make the difference between an ordinary penny and one worth over $1 million. Alright, so here's what to look for. First, check the D Mint mark. On this rare 1979 penny, you might notice that the D looks slightly off or appears doubled. Next, inspect Lincoln's profile. If the image has a doubled appearance, you might just have struck gold. But there's one final twist. Even if you've got the coin, it has to be in top condition to truly fetch that kind of money. A slight blemish can reduce its value, so handle it with care. And if you think you might have the real deal, it's time to get it professionally graded. This is one area where it pays to invest in expertise. A certified grading could mean the difference between a penny and a fortune. And for those of you thinking, can I buy this for a quick flip? Well, it's not as easy as snapping one up online. Authenticity is everything. Imagine selling a single coin and walking away with enough to change your life forever. What could you do with an extra $1 million? Maybe it's a dream home, a new business, or finally retiring with style. The point is, these coins exist, and they're out there. Finding one could be life-changing, but time is of the essence. As more people learn about these rare coins, demand skyrockets and values soar. Don't be the one who hears about this after all the big finds are gone. So, what's next? Start searching through your old pennies. That long-forgotten change jar? It might be hiding a future worth millions. Check every penny, and who knows? Maybe you'll be the next one cashing in on a once-in-a-lifetime discovery. Imagine finding a penny so rare, it's worth over $1 million. Now, what if I told you that it could be sitting unnoticed in your collection, a small, unassuming 1980 Lincoln cent with no mint mark? In this video, we're diving deep into the remarkable story behind this coin, why it's worth up to $1.4 million, and how you might be sitting on your own path to wealth without even realizing it. Ready to find out? Stay with me. Let's start with the basics, the humble penny. It's something we toss aside or leave in our cars, hardly giving it a second thought. But what if I told you that one small, overlooked 1980 penny, bearing no mint mark, is currently one of the most sought-after coins by collectors, and for a jaw-dropping price of $1.4 million. This isn't just any story, this is the story of hidden wealth. Now, before you scoff and think, "There's no way a penny can be worth that much," consider this: the 1980 no-mint mark Lincoln cent is a true treasure for collectors. But why this penny? What makes it different? If you're curious, stay tuned. We're going to unravel how the seemingly ordinary penny holds so much power and potential wealth. If you're already eyeing your jar of pennies, don't worry, you're not alone. I bet there are hundreds, maybe thousands of people right now doing the same thing. So, if you haven't grabbed your old penny jar yet, go ahead, I'll wait. Kidding. Let's get back to why this coin is so special. Now, let's explore what makes this coin stand out. In 1980, the U.S. Mint made a series of Lincoln cents without the mint mark. Typically, a coin's mint mark tells collectors where it was produced, whether it's Denver, San Francisco, or Philadelphia. But in this rare case, a batch of pennies was struck without any identifying mark. For most people, this may seem like a simple oversight, but for seasoned collectors, it's a tantalizing mystery. Why? Because errors like this make coins extremely rare. Coin enthusiasts crave pieces that defy the norm, coins that represent a blip, a mistake, or a moment in history when things didn't go as planned. And here's the kicker: it's this rarity that brings the value of a simple penny to over $1 million. But there's more to it than just a missing mint mark. Have you ever thought about how a mistake could be worth a fortune? Think about it. What if our mistakes in life could be as profitable as a 1980 penny with no mint mark? Let that thought sink in. Now back to our story. So, we know the rarity is one factor, but there's another reason collectors go wild for this coin. It's become a symbol, an icon of what's possible in the world of rare coins. Over the years, more collectors have come to view this 1980 penny as not just a collector's item but as a powerful investment, one that grows in value as more and more people hunt for it. And with a price tag reaching up to $1.4 million, this penny has transformed into a veritable gold mine. But here's where the story takes a fascinating turn. Not everyone even knows this penny exists, let alone its worth. This makes it an undiscovered treasure hiding in plain sight, which, if found, could change someone's life forever. In a world where million-dollar treasures are few and far between, the 1980 Lincoln cent is truly special. Now, you may be wondering, if this penny is worth so much, how do I know if I have one? We're about to get into that. But before we do, think about this. There's something quite magical about owning a piece of history that's worth more than a luxury car or a house. How would that feel? Now for the million-dollar question. Or rather, the $1.4 million question. How can you identify if you have this 1980 Lincoln penny without the mint mark? It's actually simpler than you'd think. Start by examining your coins from 1980. Look closely, right under the year. If there's no mint mark, you may have just stumbled upon a gold mine. Imagine the excitement, the thrill of knowing that a single penny could unlock an entirely new lifestyle. A penny that could pay off your mortgage, fund your dream retirement, or even launch you into a world of financial freedom. But here's the thing. Just because you have a penny with no mint mark from 1980 doesn't guarantee it's worth millions. Condition matters. Collectors look for coins in near-perfect condition, with minimal wear and tear. So, if you do find a penny like this, consider having it professionally graded. Getting an expert opinion could be the difference between a modest profit and a life-changing windfall. And hey, don't go spending it just yet. Imagine the look on the cashier's face when you try to buy groceries with $1 million penny. Probably not the best way to cash out. But here's the part that makes this story even more compelling and urgent. Coins like these don't stay hidden forever. The moment the world knows about these rare coins, collectors start snatching them up. And once they're in private collections, who knows when, or if, they'll come up for sale again. So, if you have any old pennies lying around, today might be the day to check. Not tomorrow, not next week, today. Because every day that passes is one less chance to discover this extraordinary find. Don't let a small, overlooked coin slip through your fingers when it could mean the difference between financial stability and a truly abundant life. If you've stayed with me this far, chances are you're feeling that spark of excitement. Maybe you're even ready to start your own search. And why not? Because as we've seen, it only takes one coin to turn an ordinary life into an extraordinary one. So, here's what I want you to do next. Go check your coins. Take a closer look at every penny you have. And remember, it's the small things, the overlooked treasures, that can hold the greatest value. If you find a 1980 no mint mark penny in your collection, you could be on the brink of something amazing.